Welcome to our broadcast, Dell APEX, Experience Multi-Cloud by Design, brought to you by Dell Expert Network. I'm your host, Kenna Johnson from the Channel Company. When delivering multi-cloud services, MSPs can turn to Dell, which provides a one-stop shop approach to technology solutions and services, including APEX. Here to talk about this further, we have Kamani Basilio, ISG Global, Sales Planning and Strategy, and Adam Britton, Global Sales and Product Strategy from Dell Technologies. Welcome, Kamani and Adam.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, thanks, Ken. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great, let's get started with segment 1, multi-cloud environments. How have increased workloads and the shift to hybrid work created challenges for your customers?
The change of workloads, the change of hybrid work, and oh, by the way, what does that mean for each and every person is different, let alone each and every company. When we look at what our clients have gotten used to, what they've had to shift into and out to, and usually somewhere in between, we want to make sure that when their business is where it's going to be and where they want it to be, that they've adapted appropriately. So when that shift happened, for many of us, it was at the beginning of the pandemic. We needed to realize we had more resource needs, less resource needs in some areas. New technology was likely purposed or repurposed or purchased necessarily to fit the needs of our company, employees, and our clients. These shifts and these transformations required their own set of shifts and transformations that worked its way down the line based on the infrastructure that we had. Many of us think of hybrid work as, are we working from home? Are we working from the office? Or are we working for somewhere in between? But any decision like that requires making sure that we have the right infrastructure that's going to support people working from home, people working hybrid, or people working back in the office. So these changes that have gone on have brought about many of our customers, whether they be our MSPs, our channel friends, or even individual clients, to be rethinking how do they go to the business? How do they make sure that they have all the resources that they need as fast as possible and as scalable as possible whenever they need it?
Kamani, why is it important to invest in the right technology and choose a reliable vendor?
A key word, that's adapt. Adapt your business to the environmental change. So technology is the force that transforms data into information and knowledge. And today, technology is the engine for every business. And it's pretty much like in a car. The engine choice is crucial for the performance. A good engine comes complete in an overall, in a broad perspective. The engine must be reliable, secure, easy to maintain, and with no surprise on cost at the end. It provides the appropriate speed according to each course phase and allowing fast adaptations demanded by the environment change, like Adam said. And this engine must have low maintenance, easy to update, and a good partner to support in case of any road bump. So as technology, it will be easy for the SB owners focus and grow their business with the right partner definition right from the beginning.
That brings us to segment 2, benefits of Dell APEX services for MSPs. Adam, what is Dell APEX service?
That's something that we want everyone on the line, whether they're listening in your car, in front of your computer, or you're working out, to be abundantly clear on. Dell Technologies APEX is our as-a-service offering that provides clients a new approach to their IT infrastructure needs, whether it be multi-cloud by design, business acceleration, cost optimization, productivity, or digital resilience, or honestly, anywhere in between. APEX optimizes the cloud experiences for our customers, offering value both private and public cloud strategies. Right now, when we think of all the different buzzwords that our clients are hearing, they've been hearing it long before the pandemic hit, they'll be hearing them long after. But we want to make sure when they think of cloud and then when they think of as-a-service experiences, they can think of Dell Technologies and an easy one-stop shop for most of those particular experiences.
Kamani, how is APEX especially suited to meet the current demand for multi-cloud strategies?
APEX is designed to provide the best of both worlds, the private and the public cloud. It's like every Dell Technologies solutions, size it according to the current business demands and obviously considering the future growth strategy. It could be the first step on a multi-cloud journey, or the first infrastructure to empower the SB business on this fast acceleration market we have. APEX allows a seamless workload migration from private cloud to a public cloud, and vice versa. And it supports an even easier migration for the cloud-native workloads. And here's an additional tip. For sure, we have some devs, especially some of these webinars. I'd like to share below a web link site to a link to a website that helped me easily understand what the requirements are to consider an application, a real cloud-native application.
APEX offerings are easy to deploy and manage. Adam, how does this help MSPs save time?
Time is a commodity. If we've realized that anything over the past several years, whether it's time with our families, whether it's time traveling to or from work, time is absolutely something that has value to each and every one of us, and of course, the business overall. And the three things I would highlight as far as how APEX can help our MSP save money is time, resources, and just straight up money to begin with. One of the things that Kamani mentioned a few moments ago is migration. And you think anytime you change where your data may be, there's a little concern, hey, is it going to be the exact same data it was now as it was before I brought it over? And if I need to move it again, what does that look like? Many of us have faced the challenge of having to wait, whether extended lead times because of what was going on in the industry. That is certainly from a time perspective, not having access to build out or scale your business quite to the potential that you might like it to be in the time that you want it. From a resources standpoint, if you think about all of our friends who had to go out and actually service a lot of these data centers and go fix things that may have gone wrong, the availability of working with APEX and working with your partners helps provide some of that time, driving time, to be alleviated. Can we imagine an opportunity where during the course of, thankfully, what I hope we're almost through right now, where we didn't have to send people into data centers or other people's locations, it all could be done from home, and managing it within Dell APEX, managing it within our partners, and making sure that all the resources were there, available incredibly quickly versus having to wait for shipments to come in and install at someone's business that you don't know what's been going on. I appreciate the fact that a lot of those things with APEX can be done in front of your computer and taken care of to make sure your business is in the right spot with correct savings, cost optimization, and oh, by the way, a consumption model that's as flexible as our clients are.
How does APEX help MSPs match workloads to the best suited environments?
I really like Kamani's analogy with the vehicles here. Many of us are different times of our lives. When we're starting out, usually it's, hey, what's going to get us from point A to point B? And that's a great fit for that particular stage in life or that particular stage of our business. As we get a little older, maybe we like a little more speed, a little more performance. We also need to store people, places, and things along with us as we go from one place to another. APEX has the opportunity, whether you're looking at your hybrid cloud, your private cloud solutions, whether you're looking at data center services or data storage services, to come alongside it. And even, oh, by the way, APEX backup services that allows our as-a-service modeling for endpoints, your desktop laptops, your online workloads like Google Cloud Platform, Office 365, and many others. And oh, by the way, even your smaller data center workloads as well. All of that can be combined. So the great thing about APEX, it's a great fit for wherever you may happen to be. If you don't happen to have a data protection practice as a part of your MSP, guess what? Dell Technologies can offer you some value there. If you do, great. Additional options to value through services, other reasons and opportunities for you to show your value. So I think that's a broad concept of it can be whatever you need it to be and fit whatever the needs that you have. And also, oh, by the way, fill in some of the gaps that you may not have quite ready yet in your particular business.
What type of cyber protection and recovery does it offer?
Not only is that a great question, but it's one that's central to me. I've spent most of my career in the data protection and cyber recovery area. So it's important for me, not only for me to be able to convey this, but also it's because I care about my friends and family. I want their data to be protected, because when something goes awry, it's just a stressful time that doesn't have to be. So if you're listening in this conversation, you're thinking, Adam, come on, Ken, I'm incredibly confident in my data protection strategy. I applaud you. That's great. For those of you who are thinking, maybe I need to revisit that and think about where I am. Would my customers be comfortable where I am from a data protection standpoint? Let's have a conversation, because what we have, as I mentioned, through APEX backup services, even all the way up through cyber recovery services and some of the larger data protection options that we have within Apex, we know that not everyone's going to be fully prepared for when that ransomware hits. And the thing I want to mention there is it's not the if, it's the when. That's the way that the world is going right now, especially in our industry. So we have, with combinations with CyberSense and other opportunities within our cyber recovery field, that even when something goes wrong, and maybe we weren't involved at the beginning, or maybe you just weren't ready for it, we have services to help you bring that data back, make sure that you're better prepared for next time. And in my opinion, bring the confidence back to everything that you're doing with your clients, and then they can be confident working with you back in the future.
Kamani, this is very important for MSPs. How does it save the end customer money and make MSPs' life easier?
Like I said before, Apex is sized according to the current and future customer demand. So, and beside that, Apex is easy to deploy, maintain, and support. And it could be sold, for example, with the appropriate service level chosen by the MSP to complement its portfolio. So it's very flexible, and with a good cost predictability, can be adapted to fulfill the customer business demands. And if you look on the end customer's perspective, they will have a reliable solution to engine their business, paying just for the user infrastructure and with a good cost predictability. And on the other hand, the MSPs will be able to support more customers with the same resources, improve their productivity. They will be able to use this free resource to focus at added value services, improve their profitability. So it's a win-win relationship.
Ken, if you don't mind me interjecting, Kamani touched on a huge point. Being able to set expectations that are clear and that are understandable. I mean, so often, again, in business and in life, and I feel like that should probably be tattooed on me somewhere, but there's correlations between those two, that if we have a solid relationship from the MSPs down to the actual businesses themselves and vice versa, if we are fully confident in the expectations that are set and that they will be trusted and we can move forward with them, it's one less thing we've got to worry about, and allows us to focus on just maintaining the business to growing the business. So I think a tremendous opportunity and a great point by Kamani.
That brings us to segment 3, working with Dell. What type of support and training do you provide MSPs?
When we talk about the trainings and support that are provided to our MSPs, we value the relationships as there, and it's all talk until it's not. So we want to make sure that our MSPs fully understand that we have a large variety of supports and trainings. Both Kamani and I are a part of that conversation of, we'll hear from some of our friends, hey, we'd love to have a little bit more about cyber recovery. We'd love to hear a little bit more about Apex. Oh, by the way, one of the conversations we're having today, and we want to make sure that they have all the training, conversations, and support that they can possibly need. One of the ways we build that out is through our DEN network, or our Dell Expert Network. In fact, Kamani, myself, and a few others met with 15 to 20 individual people who work in the DEN network. One, just to hear what they have to say, what's working well, what's not, what can be improved. Because in our opinion, it's incredibly important that we have a good pulse of what's going on beyond what we see in the surveys, beyond what we see in the feedback and the reactions. We want to make sure we fully understand where everyone particularly is. Not only do we have that level of support, but a tremendous amount of white papers that are available, support materials, training, all of that detail that's available. There's also certifications that are available to, again, not only give you the confidence, our MSPs the confidence that they can move forward with these, but also they can pass them along to their client and say, hey, if you had any concern about working with me, not only am I Dell certified, but I have the support of Dell Technologies behind us. So all those different things that we like to bring to our table to help empower our MSPs.
What type of loyalty rewards do you offer?
It's a great opportunity to have this question because I'm working right now on this program improvement. We haven't mentioned on the beginning, but I have a second hat that is help developing this Dell Expert Network program to be the most desired partnership program in the market. And we're going to see that in the future. So far, the Dell Expert Network program offers up to $20,000 per year in loyalty rewards for qualified SMB referrals. And these loyalty rewards can be used to purchase any product or solution at Dell.com website. And as I said, we are working on the program improvements, and you'll see huge improvements on these loyalty benefits in the future.
How do you become a Dell Expert Network member?
It's incredibly easy, and it's really just being intentional about your relationship. So all you can do is, go on dell.com/expert network and find out more information there, or even type that into your favorite browser. And you can actually work with us directly. One of our DEN program manager, alicia.bowling@dell.com, can give you all the details that you need, all the application details, anything that you would need just to make sure that we can get the right tools in your hands to make sure that you feel supported and that you have the full strength of Dell Technologies by your side.
Kamane and Adam, thank you so much for your time today. And thank you at home for watching. For the Channel Company, I'm Kenna Johnson.